Some of the things that were highlighted in the 2022 and 2018 election postmortems from the Ontario Liberal Party were the lack of available volunteers, the lack of a strong candidate base, the lack of a good and reliable nomination process for local ridings, the lack of funding in PLAs. I can go on and on and on because each of these things continues to be highlighted in postmortems today. If you sit in the regional meetings or listen to the recaps of these meetings that Crombie's team and the rest of the party are having, we're hearing the same issues. Candidates did not feel supported. They didn't feel like we had the data that we needed. We weren't able to pivot to new messaging quickly enough. There were so many problems with the campaign we ran, but it wasn't symbolic of this campaign. It wasn't a single campaign issue. This is a problem at the core of the party.
And so, like, I guess the gap. I guess the question then is like, how big of a gap do you see the current Ontario Liberal Party being in its current form to what you think it needs to be? Like, do realistically, do you have 3 years really to rebuild that party into the fighting? Because I'm also thinking it's been in your mind, it's been atrophying for since 2018. In 3 years, can that be rebuilt to take on Doug Ford, who, right now the polls are showing he'd coast easily into a fourth majority mandate in Ontario?
There's certainly an argument to be had about whether or not they had enough time to prepare the party. But if you look around at what the party was actually doing in the run up, um, after Crombie got elected leader, for that entire year, nothing happened. There was no meaningful progress. There wasn't any organizing. There were no candidate elections. It was a stagnant 2023 for the party, or 2024 for the party, and we didn't really kick it into gear until right before the election was called. And this was an election that had been forecast for months.